what's gonna happen. Alright, we're fine. Or maybe we're not. Maybe we gotta keep going. Okay. We're gonna get a bewitchment for not falling into the pit once. Because I'm so cool. Okay. Oh, she's kind of switched it. Oh, we're in the Mass Effect 3 Nightmare Forest. Uh-oh. It's the Star Child. You gotta hide.
Woman, hail you from the same sphere as that beast man?
Can you help me get rid of him? We really don't want people like Luka in our lands.
Luka.
Oh, it's an alternate Luka. I was hoping it'd be a Balder, but the voice did sound more like Luka. Luka what? Luka's son? What did you say?
This place. And where did Luka go?
Why do you care so much about that Luka, but not this
He
one?
no longer tarries here.
This could have been Balder, and it'd be way more fun.
That beast man is surely my else fellow.
But instead we have Elf Luka,
We
who
were
I'm
drawn together
worried will be even more insufferable than other Luka because he's Elf Luka.
Drawn together? Then what am I doing here?
It appears as though you also share a bond most deep with us. A bond of blood, perhaps? Brother and sister, or something more?
I don't like that.
I
Wait,
know
also, if the orb is Luka's son,
the voice calls to me.
why was it in Thule? Has this guy been traveling through dimensions? Because he's talking like he's been taking with his own dimension, but I don't think that doesn't make any sense if we were just following the orb through Thule. Oh, hey, oh, great. Luka's lost in Elf World. We don't have to worry about him anymore. He's just off in his own little dimension, and he's gone now. It's over. That's legitimately great news. France, I believe. Paris, 16th arrondissement. Because that is the Arc de Fromage over there. Okay. What do we want to do? We want to give you some extra health and some extra magic. Oh shit, that was Bayonetta. God damn it. She really needed the health too. That's fine. We'll pump all our moon pearls into her. That didn't sound good. I didn't like that. And then we'll hold off on adding too many demon moves until we get a chance to try out these guys more. Get a feel for what we like and what we don't. Okay, let's do our deep lore. Radiatus, Cavum variant with a unique mutation that has changed the shape of its barrel. Its laser range up has also increased stable to fire the energy from its mutated barrel and scatter blast. This mutation was not intended. The Singularity recognized its noteworthy usefulness in battle and affirmed the phenomena as a new type of homunculus. Gotta love it when you're like, this one's just fucking weird. It's a new type now. We're gonna do that now. It's from Europe. Its special skill is Photon Blaster. Eurus. A large mollusk-like homunculus shape type, protected all over by an extremely durable iridescent exoskeleton. It boasts extremely high defense against external attacks. Possesses some tentacles with axes. It also concentrates on life force and fire an extremely powerful laser, but in order to do so, must split open its exoskeleton, exposing its body and leaving it vulnerable. Also, its shell provides protection. It's not airtight and is vulnerable to attacks like poisonous liquid. That's good to know, I guess. Its special skill is Amorphism, and it's from Australia. Castellanus. Homunculus, type created for enemy surveillance and analyzing military progress. It resembles a towering pillar. The majority of the pillar is simply a support for the main section situated at the top and out of harm's way. It's composed of stacked segments that can be destroyed to bring down the main section, but each pillar segment can defend itself with abilities like producing stratus-type homunculi and creating defensive barriers, making it a challenge to destroy. The main section can also grow legs and move independently if the pillar is completely destroyed and can attack by throwing the ring-shaped weapon on its back like a boomerang. Special skill is Unite build, and it's from North America. Tuba. It's created for subterranean covert actions. Like a mole, it hides underground or approaches silently, and it likes to do a surprise attack from underfoot. It can move swiftly through the ground using its enlarged arms to dig, confusing enemies as it appears, and reappears seemingly at random, but when it periodically pops up to reobtain its target's position, it can be attacked and dragged above ground. Special skill, Undertaker. It's also from Australia. Yeah, the sandworm would be from Australia. Opicus. It's another type of tuba that can move above ground, shunning covert attacks for frontal assaults. It moves nimbly above ground using charge attacks, and even jumping dive attacks, zeroing in on enemies with a varied fighting style. Its special skill is Stick Pressure, and it is also from Australia, predictably. An unusual massive homunculus designed by Singularity to replicate gods worshipped by ancient civilizations. Oh, that's why it looks kind of like the dragon angel thing. Fortitudo, I think. It kind of resembles that, but it's only one half. Its appearance is a far cry from any naturally occurring life form with a lizard-like torso and humanoid upper body, and one of its arms is a tentacle that ends in something resembling a dragon's head. It's weird to say it doesn't resemble anything organic, and then says, here are all the parts of its body that look organic. Like, it doesn't resemble one thing, but it does resemble a lot of different organic things. That's kind of the point. Its special skill is Judgment Thunder, and it's also from Australia. Cirrocumulus is also a massive homunculus type. Sharing basic properties with Cirrostratus, it is equipped with a complementary ability to generate an attack with extreme winds, bringing the divine retribution feared by ancients. They're designed to operate and attack in tandem, and the structure shaped like a giant set of scales that they use as a combat arena is thought to be inspired by the Egyptian Book of the Dead from Australia. Judgment Hurricane is the special skill, which that one in particular sounds like a special like stand skill. That sounds like, it reminds me of Crossfire Hurricane is why I think that, but yeah. And Stratocumulus. The colossal homunculus was created after completion of Cirrocumulus and Cirrostratus as an advancement to replicate divinity with the application of ideas he found in the sacred Jedi texts. Unlike majority of homunculi, which are modeled after existing life forms with an emphasis on functionality, Stratocumulus is designed almost entirely around Singularity's design sensibilities and image what a malevolent god should be. Design specs include both the Cirro cores and their fusion and absorption of an Arc-Eve's energy are the key to its activation. Stratocumulus' 4 tentacle-like arms end in serpents' heads that not only bite into prey, but can also spit fire and emit lasers, allowing it to attack at all ranges. It also has energy cores in its head and abdomen that would at first appear to be vulnerable, but can shield one of the cores with a powerful barrier, adapting to attacks as needed. It's from Australia, and its special skill is Totem Patch. Now, I feel like there was brief discourse about this, but it didn't eat... I'm assuming Arc-Eves refer to Bayonettas. It didn't eat one of those. It ate a Jeanne, and that's what let it transform. So what's the deal with that? I don't know. Anyways. Is there a Cirrus? I'm shocked there hasn't been a Cirrus yet. I have a D&D character named Cirrus, so I'll be cheering for that one if I ever find it, but no, we only had Cirrocumulus and Cirrostratus as the... prefixes. It took me that long to think of that. Fairy form. We got a little bit in here. Okay, there's some sort of dash. That's good to know. Some Baal and Malphus combos. And we'll learn those when we get to them. I don't know if there's anything new. Okay, yeah, there's some new things. Yeah. All stuff we know. All good things, all good things. Okay, key to success. A man holding his head in consternation with 4 weapons laid out before him. The man takes one of the oddly shaped weapons in hand and begins to moan. Oh, damn, I've done it again. What can I do with this sword? God damn it. I just forged it into the shape that came into my mind, but I don't think this will make a very good weapon, and somehow I just kept going and made 4 of them. No, that's not right. At first I was sure that this was the right shape, but on second thought, something's definitely not right. There's no point in making excuses to people who aren't even here. No time for that. This is a big problem. No matter how much I was told to just follow my heart, if I end up wasting materials, the master will never let me hear the end of it. What if he kicks me out? Or executes me? Okay, now it's time to think of an excuse. A really good excuse. Think, Mark. I've got it. This shape. With all these edges. This is a key. A key meant to protect something very important. Not a sword, a key. Now that's been decided. Next is the lock. If I use that barrier magic I just learned, I should be able to come up with something. Something for this key. Man starts to yell and hastily unroll a sheet of parchment, beginning to spell the spell to create a barrier for use in the lock. As the barrier spell starts to roll around your head, the images all fade from your mind. That's really funny that like the key is an effective weapon, and the excuse is that he was supposed to be making a weapon, and it was really bad. He was like, I'll just make it a key too. That's very funny. Oh, are these slightly different? Okay, no, that one's the same. But this one, the opening paragraph is, as you take the weathered parchment in your hand, it reacts to magic power and faded words become legible once more. The avatar of disaster has come from the realm of gods. For 3 days and nights it has raged, finally stopped by the combined might of the Umbra and Lumen. However, due to its terrible might, we were unable to destroy it. To prevent it from awakening again, its core was removed and sealed away within the depths of the island, where no one may enter. A portion of the metal surrounding its core was retrieved and given to scholars, with the remainder melted down and fashioned into a medallion. That medallion was then broken into 4 pieces, and the pieces then left in the care of 4 of our most powerful, so the medallion would never be made whole again. Let us pray that our ally may now see in everlasting peace. Words then begin to fade again, ultimately disappearing. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to find the 4th piece of my medallion, but it sounds like it's bad if I do. I think we did read this one. Yeah. Definitely got that one. We got that one. Okay, so now we do not miss any. Okay, sacred bonds. In the midst of a spacious and lavishly ornamented chamber, a woman is reclining in a long chair but is visibly agitated. Her fist is balled tight against her chest as she frequently looks towards the entrance. She's been acting so strange lately. It's almost as if she's avoiding me. Today she seems to have gone off somewhere, showing no sign of returning, without telling me where she was going, of course. Although she's always attended to my needs, we were raised together since we were children, always side by side, like sisters. I've never felt so separated from her in both body and soul. Could she have grown weary of me? Is it because I'm still having trouble with my training? Or because I have yet to contract even one infernal demon? I just don't know. I can think of far too many reasons. It's no use simply sitting here wondering. She told me not to follow, but I know I'll regret it if I don't do something right away. I can feel it. I'm afraid I can't keep my promise. Forgive me, Jeanne. The woman stands as if coming to a decision and runs from the room with assuredness. As you feel your heartbeat quicken with the determination to make a change, the images fade from your mind. You feel the air temperature rise sharply, and you see a group of people through the hazy air. They are walking through a burning desert, wrapped in veils and cloaks to block the sun. They are moving quickly as if fleeing. This should do. A woman breaks off from the group and starts to climb the tallest dune in the vicinity. Unfazed by the loose sand, she leaps gracefully to the summit. Steadying her breathing, she removes her veil to unfurl long hair that waves in the wind. There doesn't seem to be anyone else in pursuit, she whispers, looking out across the vast desert. There's no look of relief on her face. I brought them safely this far, but will I be enough? I feel like that should be will it be enough, but that's fine. Her eyes suddenly drawn to the sky, the last words from the guard captain echo in her mind. Look after the others. When the time has come, we will meet again, but until then, go and live together with them. She realizes that there is no defying those words, spoken as their eyes were locked. She turns back, sliding down the dune to where the others wait at the bottom. There should be a settlement ahead. We'll head there for now. Her doubt now swept away, she takes the lead and walks forward again. As you feel an unshakable resolve take root, the images fade from your mind. Venom's blessing. The entrance of a temple, a woman fights bravely to fend off encroaching homunculi. Damn, I can't let them get inside no matter the cost. Heroes have already begun escaping to the depths of the temple. She's determined to keep the invaders at bay here. She's outnumbered and now overpowered. Just as it seems that all is lost, and a cold tendril of despair begins to twist around her heart, an eerie yet beautiful song just from within the temple. As she hears it, her desperation begins to give way to hope. That's interesting. Desperation, give way to hope. That phrasing is usually kind of the reverse of giving way to something is always bad, but I like that that's a twist on it. Not fully understanding way, that's certainly a typo. She begins to run toward the voice as instinct tells her it could be the only thing that will save her. However, she winds through the narrow corridors. Her hope is once again lost as a brutal attack from behind knocks her off of her feet. Covering as best she can, she tumbles into a large chamber, but the homunculi are relentless as they close in. As she steels herself to face what must surely be the end, the song drifts in once more, filling the chamber with its sound. The woman notices the room darkens slightly as red-black mist forms above the homunculus' heads. Is that... Homunculi is plural, but plural possessive, I actually do. I mean, if we're following Latin, think, Flint, think. You took several years of Latin. Homunculus, homunculi. Homunculi would also be singular genitive, plural genitive. I think it would be homunculorum. So for following Latin words, it should technically be no apostrophe above the homunculorum heads. But that's interesting. In English, because we usually don't go past the nominative case when we're using Latin endings. So I'm curious, that might be correct. Homunculus is apostrophe at the end. I don't know, that's really interesting to me. Now I need to look that up. Anyways, the mist then thickens into clouds and showers them harshly with a venomous rain. Drenched homunculi then wreathe in agony briefly, but eventually grow as still as stat. God damn it! Okay, forbidding winds is new. Don't let me forget that. This was a long one. Eventually grow as still as statues before finally shattering. Watching all this while struggling to cling to consciousness, the woman suddenly recalls that an infernal demon with a love of song inhabits the temple, and an image of an incongruously adorable demon fills her head. As a silent prayer of gratitude begins to spread through your heart, the images fade from your mind. I'm curious if her image of the demon is going to be shattered when she meets it, or if she will see the toad and think, oh yeah, no, it is adorable. Because right now she's just imagining it, and it's Baal, it's the giant toad, so that's fun. You hear the sound of wind, strong and unending, inside an enormous temple is blowing ferociously from all around, between pillars, through holes in the floor, nearly everywhere else. And what's more, those winds meant to protect the temple itself are now spreading clouds of erasure throughout. The winds have begun to drive out those who took sanctuary here, scattering them as they look to find safety elsewhere. There are many children among them as well, and a young girl drops her stuffed animal to confusion. Stuffed animal is kicked further and further away from its owner, who chases after it, and the stuffed animal falls into a hole in the temple floor created by the now untamed winds. Unseeing, the girl dives in after it. No! The girl's mother screams as she sees this, too late in her own pursuit, but the falling child and stuffed animal both begin to move in slow motion. At the same time, someone weaves between the crowd at incredible speed, catching both the child and the stuffed animal. They then bound off of the temple walls and pillars, landing deftly in front of the mother. Safely back on the ground, the girl squeezes the stuffed animal and speaks in a small, hesitant voice. Thank you. The girl is looking up at the woman who rescued her. No need to thank me. You just hold on tight to your friend, all right? The child nods silently. Very good, little one. Now back to your mother, then. Seeing the girl off, the woman then turns to face the crowd and raises a voice. Listen, all of you. I'll see you all out of here safely. I stake my life on it. Now quickly, there's no time to lose. The crowd regains its composure as her confident words sink in. As the warm, somehow nostalgic feeling of a child being held by a mother begins to fill you, the images fade from your mind. That's sweet. This happens a lot. But whenever a hero is like trying to rally a crowd to do something, they always say, now, quickly. But then they don't say anything. Sometimes they'll like wave in a direction and it's indicated that like quickly, let's go this way. But they usually don't say anything. They just go, quickly, everyone. And like that somehow works. That's somehow helpful. Anyways. Okay, we got these. Okay, that's all the echoes. And those are the hard parts. Simoon. Okay, this is the fan one. We didn't get to see too much of this in action, but I think this is what Jeanne was using. A pair of fans that were crafted solely from the feathers of fledglings of the infernal demon Malphus. Lighter than paper, yet more durable than steel, the fans are used to slash enemies with twin arcs of feathers. They're capable of delivering powerful attacks on par with direct attacks from Malphus' own wings. When these weapons are used in tandem with Demon Masquerade, the user merges with Malphus, sprouting wings and becoming capable of flight. So you could almost say those are like a bunch of very small swords put together. I have a feeling I am going to like Simoon. What the fuck? I don't... Oh, okay, it's the microphone. The fact that the microphone is facing away from the camera, that was really weird. The fact that it's wearing high heels is a wacky vibe. I'm really curious what the combat is going to be like for this. But it's a microphone stand. Sure. Every single time, I'm like, what am I looking at here? I then look at the first sentence. It's like, that's what you're looking at. You didn't have to think that hard. That being said, the fact that it's BZ55, that's the specs of the mic, that's really fun. A microphone stand favored by the infernal demon Baal. Baal's microphone of choice when performing has continually absorbed magic over centuries of use and has taken on a number of properties quite useful for combat, such as converting voices into destructive sound waves and boosting the performer's strength and durability depending on how they sing. Light yet sturdy, the stand also doubles as a surprisingly powerful spear and can also be used to deliver blows and piercing attacks. When this weapon is used in tandem with Demon Masquerade, the user channels Baal's power and gains not only the most beautiful voice in Inferno, but also the unbridled destructive power it contains. The microphone can't be centuries old because it's a microphone. I complimented last time how the train was a very young demon because it's a fucking train. How can the microphone be centuries of years old if it's a microphone? I don't know about that, Chief. Oh, I wonder what interesting thing... Oh, it's a lollipop. don't think I'm going to get much info from that, but it's nice to click on it and just... Oh, is the torture method different for each one? Because this one's in an Iron Maiden. Yeah, oh, no, those ones are both at the stake. Well, now it's weird okay, now it's weird. Is it a different character? The character Rex. Yeah, it's a different character as well. That's fun. Those ones say stake, this one says bleed. That's cute. Wind God Hourglass. Because you have to remove the Malphite statue to turn it over and use it again, it's destined to become a paperweight. Yeah, I've noted there are some hourglasses where there's something on top, and it's like that completely defeats the purpose of an hourglass. I've never understood that. It's not the only time I've seen that, and it's dumb. It's based on the face of a god worshipped in certain desert locations. The back is covered with strips of paper written in the local language. We can't look at that, though, but that's cool information, I suppose. Does it have updated information on this? The creature's true form was none other than that of Luka Redgrave, mentally controlled and twisted by the malevolent amalgam of the disembodied consciousness of Luka's from the other parallel worlds, being known as Dark Adam. That feels like a spoiler. I feel like I shouldn't have checked that. We haven't heard the name Black Adam at all. That came out of nowhere. Or Dark Adam? I don't even remember anymore. Birthplace, Al Haram. Special skill, Royal Education. Jeanne Beta 3. Number which Bayonetta encountered in the third parallel world she visits, who serves as a retainer to the Princess Bayonetta. Possessed of incredible magic and power, she excels at summoning and manipulates the demons, the infernal demon Viola at will. Bayonetta is instructor in both magic and combat. She's hard on her pupil, but their relationship has grown beyond that of servant and master. Yeah, it has. They're more like sisters, bound by a strong bond of trust that led Jeanne to face the encroaching danger facing the world in Bayonetta's stead, going off to face this new enemy alone. Her noble spirit and strong mind make her it makes her the arch-evil of the world, but she knows the true power that lies within the Bayonetta and yearns... That's weird. Not this Bayonetta, not the Bayonetta of her world, just the Bayonetta, and yearns from the bottom of her heart for the princess to take her place as the true Arch-Eve. So she knows what the phrase Arch-Eve means, even though Bayonetta Prime has never heard that before until Viola showed up. I guess it's just whoever is the most powerful witch is the Arch-Eve. Anyways, she's the unwavering witch. I didn't say that. And Bayonetta Beta 3 is the cloistered witch. She's also from Al Haram, and her special skill is National Rule. The Bayonetta counterpart encountered in the third parallel world Bayonetta visits, who is also the ruler of a nation that stretches across an entire desert. Though she received instruction in the magic arts from her retainer Jeanne, her somewhat timid demeanor prevents her from mastering them completely, and while she is a Bayonetta counterpart, she alone suffers from an apprehension that keeps her from being worthy of the Arch-Eve mantle. Though she's a kind witch who is averse to conflict, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance, her resolve to finally become a warrior and unlock the limitless potential hidden inside could become the key to saving existence. Cute. Fun. Okay, is it just these? All right, it's just the assholes. It's just the assholes. We're good. One half of a pair of twin angels, grace draped in flame, is always seen with glory, controller of lightning. These twin escorts of the Creator share a wild disposition and are often depicted as gods of war, heroically leading the soldiers of Paradiso into battle, with their giant claw-like weapons being symbols of the ferocity. I don't know if angels usually like being depicted as gods. I feel like that's not how angels usually work. Their special skill is Blazing Judgment, and Glory's special skill is Flashing Judgment. Draped in flame, together they use synchronized attacks for facing enemies. Humanity believes that the increased spiritual power of twins comes from blessings bestowed by grace and glory. These things are like hard to look at. What's even their where's their face in this image? Okay, I see it now. I see that one. You got to look at the arms first and then follow to the middle to see like the hunched over head. And this okay, it's facing to the right. My brain fully could not register that, but like its right arm is close to us, left arm is far away. It is facing off towards the right, and that's where the head is. Okay. Now I see what I'm looking at. These are the fun ones. These are the ones that Viola writes, right? Yeah, okay. Empress of the Fathoms, a member of the royal family that rules over a certain region of Inferno. Preferring not to be seen, she conceals herself under most circumstances, but she sometimes enters into contracts with witches of sufficient ability and answers their summons. Contrary to her enormous toad-like appearance, Bale is quite light on her feet and has extraordinary jumping ability. She's also one of the most accomplished singers in Inferno and stirs not only the soul of those who hear her voice, but even the skies themselves, is able to manipulate air pressure to cause poison rain to fall and hurt those who would oppose her. She also possesses an endlessly extending and sticky tongue that can snare distant opponents and swallow them in an instant. Manipulating the weather and summoning frogs feels like it's a JoJo reference. Like it's not quite exactly the same because the frog is the one that is changing the weather, but like we're so close. We're so close to like a very solid JoJo reference. Its birthplace is the Lucifugus Swamp, and its special skill is Decisive Chorus. It's about 1,600 years old. Nice legs. Those legs are actually pretty toned. She's got hops, too. Okay, Viola. We support the monster fuckers, but, like, there's a limit. Great singing voice. You can just get lost in that awesome voice. But it's dangerous, too. Egg carrier. That's, a lot of tadpoles. Are those all her kids? Okay. Malphus. Harbinger of finality. Harbinger? I think it's Harbinger. Yeah, Mass Effect taught me it's Harbinger. And Mass Effect's never been wrong. The rule of dark skies, with wings large enough to block out the sun and covered in iron scales. Even curious, Malphus continually observes not only an inferno, but the human world as well, and has filled itself with all their knowledge and mysteries. It also likes to preen and decorates itself with gems and jewelry in a manner of human nobility. However, this same curiosity has another facet of stark cruelty, and the bird immediately tears those it encounters to shreds with its sharp beak and razor-like talons. Its birthplace is Goetia Valley, its special skill is palatial nesting, and it is over 10,000 years old. Bunch of eyes. That's a lot of eyes. I can't. Not looking at those. Is that like I can't handle it, or like I can't look at this anymore because it's gross? I think it's the second one. Talons. Ready to rip and tear. Looks like we won't be shaking hands anytime soon. Long tail. It's got 3 tails, but are those snake heads on 2 of them? Creepy. Huge wings. These wings use magic to whip up major wind that can blow anything away. And the Phantom. Igniter of Creation, the Phantom. Phantasma Ranier's ultimate form, unleashed by Bayonetta's deadly sin ritual, now with an out-of-control internal reactor that continuously creates magma at a temperature of 1 trillion degrees. I don't think it's that. I don't think that number is right. I don't trust in that. How much is a sun? I think it's multiple millions of degrees. I don't think there's things that are trillions of degrees. The flames that cloak its body and the sheer heat from the magma are powerful enough to vaporize nearly anything in the vicinity. In this state, Phantasma Ranier itself has no way to cool down and must simply fight until time runs out and it explodes into nothingness, into a black hole. Yeah, I guess it did become a black hole, so I shouldn't shit talk how hot it is until I actually know the temperature of a star. But I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like it's usually in the millions, though. I don't think it usually gets to trillion. Its special skill is exploding and reforming. It's over 1 billion years old, and its birthplace is Phalaris, the Sea of Magma. Burning body. Looks like it's on fire all the time. Is that normal for it? Or crescent spike? Is that a horn or spike? It looks like every demon has one. I mean, you call it a crescent spike, so probably that. Did I turn my heater off? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until it actually affects the recording, and it hasn't yet. Okay, that was... What the fuck do you mean there's still something new? Didn't we do this? Oh. Is there, like, updates? What? The blade is also inhabited by... I think we knew all this. Why is that new? Okay, we're done. Okay, and then we also have to scroll over the big yellow lollipops. Okay. Actually, hang on. Now I get to pause so I can drink some water, because that was a lot of work. Okay.
Is Luka here too?
Why would he be? And why do we care?
Bring it on! Bring it on!
You can't make it shake and not have it explode. Okay, they can explode. Oh, and it gives me a nice... That was actually very nice. It takes a while, but it might be worth it. Actually, let's see how much gets caught in the crossfire. Let's activate this. God, it's so fun that... we get to hear old Bayo music for the angel fights. I think that's so fun. They did it in Bayo 2 if like certain things didn't show up until towards the end when we started fighting angels again. And it's a really good idea. Or no, we were still fighting angels in Bayo 2, but the angels that were from Bayo 1, I mean specifically. I think this is a slight remix, though. This doesn't sound exactly the same. Oh, Shield Boy. I remember you. I hated you. I think which time is the way to go for you? Nice. I feel like that went pretty well. Ooh, we might have seen that once before, but because we don't see her fight angels very often, that feels pretty new. That's fine. If she's done it before, I forgot, and it was cool this time. But yeah, it looks like cars often have health items, so given my current state, I will be breaking apart everything I see. I might even get a bewitchment for this. Ooh, this is a caterpillar bus. Caterpillar buses freak me out. Vehicles on the road shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate they're also... Oh, why didn't I destroy these ones first? What was I thinking? Like, they're a technical marvel. I respect the people who designed them. But also, humans shouldn't be allowed on them. They feel like it feels like something beyond what we should be allowed to do. Is that a hot take? I stand by it, but I'm curious. Do people feel the same way? Like we shouldn't have vehicles that bend. And like I guess you could say the same thing about like 18-wheelers, but that's not the same. That's a that's not the same. It doesn't count. Those would freak me out because people aren't in the back of those ones. You know, it's a car that's just carrying a big thing behind it. You know, it's like it's just like hooking up something to any other kind of truck. It's just a very big version of that. The idea that you can walk from one section of a Caterpillar bus to the other while the bus is moving shouldn't be allowed. Mankind was not meant to experience something like that. We're straying too close to the outer spheres of the realms. And I don't know if it's closer to God or closer to the devil, but it is closer to beings that are beyond our kin. So that's why I have to destroy them all. This one's not even a Caterpillar bus, but it was looking at me the wrong way. It didn't... It wanted to defend its Caterpillar brethren, and I said no. All who stand in my way will be vanquished. It'd be really funny if there was a medallion piece in one of these. Yeah, I'm also noticing there's actually not... It's not as common to get health items out of these as I thought or wanted. Alright, we might not destroy every single car depending on how much longer this takes, but we are going to destroy every bus. Not because I hate public transit, it's specifically me holding a grudge against the Caterpillar buses and all who would defend them. In this particular instance, I always stand public transit. And like having no public transit is a greater evil than having public transit that relies on Caterpillar buses. But I'm just not happy about it. And this game is all about wish fulfillment. So like I will be destroying all the buses for daring to include Caterpillar buses among them. And then I'm destroying all the cars for obvious reasons. Honestly, I'm putting so much effort into this, it's going to be funny if I don't get a bewitchment out of any of this. Like, why would you make the cars destructible, but take so much effort to destroy if it's all, like, if there's absolutely no impact, you know? It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it, guys. Is there another car over here? I should at least start trying to hit both of them at once. Hey, I see Rodin up there. That's fun. Oh, hey, look at that. This one, I don't know what these weird tracks are for. Is that for trains? I mean, this cargo deserves to get destroyed if it was getting in the way of the trains. If it's on fire, does that mean it'll explode on its own? Yes. So once it's on fire, I can move on, actually. That's going to speed things up a lot. Oh, come on. Okay. Which way is progress?
Okay, so now what?
Good question. I mean, this is... Either way, this is not... Ah, but what if all the cars respawn? I better do it now.